universities and other institutions to fast-track their 2021 admission processes so as to not cause disruptions for the 2022 admissions. So far, a total of 1,761,338 candidates registered for the 2022 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations and Direct Entry Examinations. It is a common knowledge that women in Nigeria participate in voting, run for public offices and political parties, mostly at lower levels. However, it has been noticed that a large number of them are yet to be sensitized on the power they can wield as elected public office holders. Ronke Adeyemi, in this special report, x-rays the plight of women in Nigeria politics and the stumbling blocks in the path of attaining gender equality and the highest position of power. Her report.
In Africa, Nigeria has the highest population of educated women, but one of the lowest participation of women in politics. This is according to a statistic released by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, Abuja, Nigeria. The national average of women's political participation in Nigeria has remained 6.7% in elective and appointive positions. The rejection of the bill that will allow women access to 35% slots in all elective positions was brazen of the parliament, as it is ominous for the development of Nigeria's democracy. Why does Nigeria need more women involved in all aspects of political process, including elective positions?
We are beginning to see that, our men don't really look into our own view, the women view of governance, of taking care of the nation, of taking care of a lot of things. So I think that is what prompted a lot of women now to want to be part of the process, to correct a lot of wrongs.
Because we want us to be part of everything. We don't want people to see us as second fiddles. We want to stress the need to show that women have what it takes, just like the men folk. And when women come into politics, women are part of decision making. They make better decisions. Things will change, we believe. Just give us a chance.
Respondents also highlighted culture and religion among the factors holding women back in politics.
Home front, is your husband allowing you to go into politics? And also the stigma that people will think that if you go into politics, this is the kind of woman you are. But that's something that has been taken off this morning, that, look, the stigma is actually a wrong one, and we've got to remove the stigma that the moment you go into politics, that means you are not a woman of integrity.
The home front and the culture, our religion, that doesn't give enough room for women to be at the forefront.
Ogun State is leading the charge for an all-inclusive politics that is geared at national development and growth.
You will see that in Ogun State we have more women in our cabinet, and not to even say we're the only Southwest state that has a woman as a deputy governor. So that actually answers it, that we are in a he for she state where the governor actually recognizes the power of women, and that's something that I see that is going to be doable. People are now beginning to go and propagate the gospel that let every woman go and get their PVC cards, because we've got to be part of our decision making. We've got to take our place in leadership and in governance in the country.
They concluded that as the country moves closer to the 2023 elections, there is a need for reflection and action to be made. Every state and political party should drive the message that gone with the days when women should not be allowed to make meaningful decisions in elective positions. Aderonke Adeyemi, OGTV News.
The executives of the newly inaugurated All Progressives Congress Women in Politics, Ijebu East Chapter, have vowed to support Prince Dapo Abiodun ahead of the 2023 general elections. The leader of the group stated this at the inaugural ceremony held at the Ogbere Town Hall. Sheyi Alau reports.
The town hall in Ogbere, Ijebu East local government was filled to capacity as women from all walks of life attended the inaugural launching of All Progressive Congress Women in Politics. The historic event is to encourage women across the state to participate in politics. In his remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Ambassador Tunde Oladunjoye, said the initiative was another indication that Prince Dapo Abiodun's administration was committed to run an all-inclusive government with women playing critical roles. He then charged the newly inaugurated All Progressive Congress Women in Politics ESCOs to support Prince Dapo Abiodun in the forthcoming 2023 general elections.
APC is promoting women at national level in Ogun State and also in Ijebu East. I've simply told them to go back home, bring more women into what we are doing, so that when they are there in large numbers, they'll be able to weigh, the influence. They'll be able to get more people to participate, and they'll be able to use the number of their strength so that they can also be empowered along when it is time for positioning, appointments, and what have you.
The vice chairman of Ogbere local government, Honorable Adetutu Oyesanya, lauded Prince Dapo Abiodun for supporting the group and emphasized that the government will continue to give women opportunity to contribute their quota to the development of the state.
It's a very fantastic administration so far because he includes women in everything he does. Like presently now we have 9 female vice chairmen in Ogun State, and we have female councillors and supervisors, essays. So Prince Dapo Abiodun has been a fantastic leader. He's a leader indeed. Yeah.
As part of showing appreciation to Governor Abiodun for his commitment to developing women across the state, members of the group vowed to mobilize support for his re-election.
Prince Dapo Abiodun, wọ́n tẹ̀ fún mi ní àǹfààní láti jẹ́ special adviser in his cabinet ní ọjọ́ tèmi. Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ti ṣe ìjọba ọdún mẹ́rin tó tún bọ̀ yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run á tún gbé wọn wọlé.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa fún irú àǹfààní báyìí tí wọ́n fún wa. Wọ́n fún àwọn obìnrin ní àyè láti darapọ̀ mọ́ òṣèlú. Inú wa dẹ̀ dùn.
The All Progressive Congress Women in Politics Ijebu chapter's executives, however, appealed to women in the local government to key into the initiative. Sheyi Alao, OGTV News.
Still to come, INEC to suspend online continuous voter registration on May 30. We will bring you the details of this and other stories in the second. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said it will suspend the online pre-registration and continuous voter registration by May 30 to enable those registered online to complete their physical registration. The Commission disclosed this in a press statement by its Public Affairs Officer, Mrs. Geraldine Ekelemu, in Port Harcourt. Ekelemu stated that the online pre-registration will be suspended on May 30, while the entire registration exercise will end on June 30. She urged the public who registered online to complete their physical registration, urging those yet to register to do so before the closing date. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, a frontline aspirant for the House of Representatives in Abeokuta South Federal Constituency, Honorable Sunday Akamo, has visited the APC local government apex leaders led by Chief Femi Majakodumi to seek their support ahead of the party primaries. Honorable Akamo said he is ready to serve and up the game from its current state.
Young people are often not taken seriously when they present themselves for political offices, as politics is typically regarded as a space for men, while women are often disadvantaged in accumulating experience to run for office. Young people are systematically marginalized because of their young age, limited opportunities, and perceived lack of experience. But for this man, a 39-year-old member of Ward 4, Abeokuta South Local Government, Honorable Sunday Akamo, is not allowing this to weigh him down as he has thrown his heart into the ring. to represent Abeokuta South local government in the Federal House of Representatives come 2023. A former chief whip in the Abeokuta South Local Government Council, a grassroots leader and a political student. He has learned the ropes and has come of age in the political arena. He's now ready to serve his people.
My position today is very simple. Our leaders are spoken. They only give advice. As a youth, I don't need to be discouraged. The only thing they do is advise us to prepare our mind. In progressive, we know how to do our things. But thank God, our party have decided that we are going for the primary. And as a youth, working youth, I'm ready and prepared.
Seated here are leaders of Abeokuta South Local Government. They believe in fairness, equity, and justice, hoping that one day their constituency would produce a representative that will do them proud. Honorable Sunday Akamo solicited their support as he assured them of better days ahead if he scales through the primaries and eventually wins the election.
I have a lot of confidence. Reason? Aside being a councillor, I have a lot of experience. I work, even though before becoming councillor, I've worked for about 8 years. And after the councillor, I've worked both in Nigeria, in Canada, and other countries. So I have experience. So to represent in the House of Representatives is not issue for me because I have experience, both industrial, both management, everything.
Apex leaders of the local government having been meeting politicians and aspirants for some days now, hoping that better days for the local government will emerge soon.
The Ministry of Community Development and Cooperatives has inaugurated and certified the Mudjaba Community Development Committee in Abeokuta local government area of the state. According to the permanent secretary in the ministry, Fatai Kolawole Ogunlano, the exercise was done in a bid to boost avenues for development in the state. Tiwalade Faison reports.
My name is Alaji Balaji Usman Olawade.
So, how do you feel about today's program?
In fact, I feel good. I feel great. In fact, I thank God for today.
So, what are your plans for this, for the CDA that has just been created?
The CDC just created is fantabulous, and my plan for this CDC is that we are going to be creative. We are going to be creative so that we can assist our people. There are a lot of NGO outside that will do better for everybody. So we are going to inculcate the idea of helping ourselves, and that is what we are particular about. Thank you very much. My name is...
Our sincere apologies for the mix-up. Moving to other stories, the Ogun State government has warned the public and individuals who oftentimes unilaterally violate the 2021 Urban and Chiefs Law of the state in satisfying their personal interest over and above the immediate communities. Therefore, in relation to this, the state government has directed the Olu of Agbojeto area in Adodota local government to put on hold an installation ceremony at which he proposes to install barriers without due clearance from the 16th to the 21st of May 2022. In a statement by the State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Afolabi Afwakwe, government further notes that this unwholesome act could lead to breakdown of laws and order in the local government, especially in the community. It therefore warned members of the public not to associate or involve themselves in accepting unapproved chieftaincy titles. In its quest to improve the address system and ensure that all Nigerians are captured, the Nigerian Postal Service, NIPOST, has entered into a memorandum of understanding with the National Population Commission to ensure the rollout of our digitized postcode for Nigeria. The Postmaster General of NIPOST, Dr. Ismail Adewusi, while addressing journalists on the occasion of the signing of the MOU, said the present effort is aimed at transitioning the system to a digital platform to create more efficiency and functionality. He said such advanced addressing systems will promote the proper functioning of not only the postal sector, but the economic sector and the security system. About 445 local government areas across 32 states and the Federal Capital Territory will witness heavy flooding during the 2020 rainy season, Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Sulaiman Adamu, has stated. The minister, who spoke while unveiling the 2022 annual flood outlook put together by the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, said 233 local government areas in 32 states are at the risk of what he called highly probably flood risk areas, while 212 local government areas across 35 states are at a risk of moderate flooding during the year. Lagos, Edo, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Abia, and FCT lead states at the risk of highly probable flooding during the year. The minister said 57 local government areas across the country are likely to experience highly probable flooding between April and June, while 220 others will witness highly probable flooding between July and September. He also said 8 states, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Lagos, Ogun, and Imo states, will experience coastal flooding during the year due to rise in sea level and tidal surge, which will impact on fishing, wildlife habitation, and river navigation. Effective synergy between different security agencies has again been identified as one of the surest ways to combat various security challenges facing the nation at this time. This was the crux of the submissions made by resource persons and facilitators while setting the agenda for the forthcoming Gateway Secure Confab 2022, organized by the Nigerian Civil and Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ogun State Command, during a special dinner held in Abeokuta. Matthew Shomi reports.
As the security of life and property in Ogun State is set to receive big boost to serve as a template for others in the country, with the coming Gateway Secure Confab 22 being organized by Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The organized dinner has brought stakeholders together to set the tone for the all-important event that will bring stakeholders and different security agencies together for a common goal. Commandant, Amotekun Corps Command, Ogun State, David Akeremi, Chairman of Police Community Relations Committee, Ogun State, Reverend Samson Popola, said security is the paramount thing in any society and no agency can do it alone without the effective collaboration of others, which is what the confab has been designed to achieve.
Most often than not, what we do is, I want to take the glory. It is the civil defense that caught the armed robber. Because we are not having enough trust among ourselves.
In whatever you are doing, business, whatever, in social life, we need security. And therefore, it is of utmost importance that everybody must come around and contribute in finding solutions to this problem.
Provost of Civil Defense College of Security and Management, Dr. Rachel Awoshusi, revealed that security is awareness, consciousness, and proactiveness, and added that the dangerous trend, the involvement of children in crime and vices, is assuming because that all must come together to provide solutions.
In the southwest, we have different challenge. In the north, different challenge. In the east, different challenge. Here in Ogun State, what are the peculiar things that are fighting us seriously? We need to be conscious of this.
Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ogun State Command, Kolawole Taiwo, said the Corps is doing a lot to revamp and rejig its activities while collaborating with other agencies to be at the top of security situations in the country.
The organization is
not only there to provide protection for property of life, goes forward to see to other human areas.
The commandant assured that the confab will help address various concerns in the state. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
Authorities of the Nigerian Army have confirmed that 6 soldiers have been killed in an ambush by terrorists who launched an attack on Tati community in Takum local government area of Taraba State. In a statement by its spokesman, Brigadier General Onyema Wachuku, the Army disclosed that 6 terrorists were also killed by its troops during the gunfight that ensued. General Nwachuku further revealed that 1 soldier is still missing after the encounter. According to him, the troops had received a distress call that the community was under attack and raised by suspected bandits on Tuesday. He added that while in pursuit of the bandits, troops fell into an ambush staged by the criminals. The general also stated that a reinforcement team from 6th Brigade deployed against the fleeing bandits at Ananum village in Dunga local government area of the state neutralized 2 additional bandits and recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 pistol, 1 locally fabricated gun, 2 AK-47 magazines, 19 rounds of 7.62 mm special, 7 rounds of 9 mm ammunition, and 3 motorbikes. He assured Nigerians that troops are in pursuit of the bandits and will leave no stone unturned in the ongoing search and rescue operations for the missing personnel. It's time to bring you business news with Bukola Agbakizu.
Welcome to the business segment of the news. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, in collaboration with the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, have inaugurated a joint committee for the enhancement of the country's revenue in the telecommunications sector. The committee comprises senior and management staff of the 2 agencies towards the implementation of interagency goals. Ikechukwu Adinde, Director, Public Affairs, NCC, disclosed these in a statement. Adeleke Adewolu, NCC's Executive Commissioner, Stakeholder Management, inaugurated the 17-member committee on behalf of Umar Dambata, Executive Vice Chairman, and Muhammad Nami, Executive Chairman, FIRS in Abuja. Nigeria and other African countries keen into the use of natural gas as energy transition fuel would gain more as the world has classified gas as part of renewable energy. The Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Chief Timothy Silva, disclosed these on Tuesday as Nigeria hosted the Committee of Ministers meeting of the West Africa Gas Pipeline project in Abuja. Silva reminded the participants of the expectation to appoint a Nigerian as a Director General for WAPCA, as discussed in a meeting in Accra, Ghana in November 2021. On projecting gas as transition energy, the minister said the ECOWAS Commission has initiated the West African Gas Pipeline Expansion Project and is working with the Nigeria's Morocco Gas Pipeline NMGP project for synergy. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, increased by 4.03% in the 3rd quarter of last year. This is according to a report released by the NBS on Nigeria Gross Domestic Product Report, Expenditure and Income Approach for the 3rd and 4th quarter 2021 in Abuja. In the 3rd quarter of last year, the report said Nigeria's real GDP at basic prices grew by 4.03% on a year-on-year basis, showing a steady improvement from the economic downturn in 2020. The NBS said growth improved further in Q4 of 2021 with a positive GDP growth rate of 3.98%. Director General Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Malam Lamido Yuguda, has decried Nigeria's policy environment as a desensitive to investors. Yuguda stated this when a team from the Nigerian Economic Summit Group visited the Commission in Abuja. He said the capital market can actually do more in the areas of provision of necessary infrastructure for the country in a bid to support the government in its developmental efforts. The collective economic power is bigger than the government, and in many countries you find out that the capital market is actually funding the government. When you save, the finances used to create economic value that actually enhances the standard of living, and this is a win-win. You get financial returns and also get utility from the investment, and this is actually achievable. No fewer than 63.728 employees who are under the contributory pension scheme have dumped their pension fund administrators, citing poor service. This led to the transfer of 226.98 billion naira since the commencement of the retirement savings account transfer system last year. The National Pension Commission, PENCOM, stated this in a document obtained by newsmen. The fourth quarter of 2020, 12.681 moved 47.78 billion naira in first quarter of last year, and 10.168 moved 35.89 billion naira in second quarter of the same year. And that was the business segment of the news. Thanks so much for watching. I hand you back to Muji for the rest of the bulletin.